having fun.
Well, summer may be over, but that doesn't mean you can't find fun things to do wherever you live, no matter where you're watching us from. One guy is on the hunt for cool spots across the country as part of his great new show, Fun Across America. Look.
I'm Nate.
Woo!
And I'm on a mission to find places all over the country where fun is the name of the game.
Amazing. Today we are in Crestwood, Illinois, Minneapolis, Wisconsin Dells, Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland area, Fort Myers, Florida.
On this journey, we are stopping at all the must-see spots for fun, attractions,
But the thing that they are most known for is 4 lanes of vintage bowling that really bring it back to its roots. Beautiful.
events,
Hole in one?
and of course, food.
Of course, food. So, Nate offers up dozens of different things to do as a couple or with the little ones. Welcome the host of Fun Across America, Nate Reinhardt, everyone. Hi, buddy.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Good.
Can I want to start with a compliment, as I try to do. I've seen a lot of shows. I've seen a lot of shows on YouTube. I've obviously seen a lot of TV shows. This is a damn good-looking show. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The
That means a
production
lot.
is great. Yeah.
Thank you.
The it's not easy, and from the logo to the production, it's just a good-looking show.
Thank you.
How did this start? What got you? Where did this idea come from?
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy story. I've been in the YouTube space since 2009, basically, doing different things that whole time, up and down throughout. But I got partnered up with Barry Zellickson, who's an industry vet in the amusements and attractions industry, owned Spooky World in the 90s, Big Thrill Factory more recently. And he is the father-in-law of a friend of mine.
Okay.
He wanted to stay in the industry, but didn't really want to have his own place anymore. And he has a little bit of a media background as well. But the one thing he was missing was a host for a concept that he wanted to do similar to a diners, drive-ins, and dives, but for the fun space, the fun entertainment space. And so we got paired up that way. I had recently kind of quit my job to start doing more in the content space, and I wasn't in a position to say no, and I said, you know what, if I go around the country and do fun things and have good food and do that, beyond the success of having views and all that, that sounds like a good time to me.
I want to ask you, because more and more people, I know when I started off, the trajectory was you went to school, and you went into, for media, you went to a TV station.
Yep.
Is it scary? Was it scary leaving what is considered a normal job to be a content creator? Is that a leap? Is that leap scary?
I would say in some ways yes, in other ways no. I think it's become more commonplace because the presence of a personal brand and being able to own and operate your own audience through YouTube or whatever these other platforms are, there's much more opportunity there than there was 10 years ago when I first got into it, where I wanted to be a doctor and parents and grandparents are like, you go to college, and so I'm like, all right, I got to focus on that. Took the back seat for the time being, and now this is kind of my second chance at it. So that's why I don't really see it as scary. I could always go back to a job if I needed to, but things are going well.
Things are going very well. Let's go through some of the things. Let's start here where we're based in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. The Museum of Illusions. Talk to me about this.
Yeah, so the Museum of Illusions is at the Mall of America. It's one of our more recent episodes that we've done. They've got museums all over the world, actually. This is not just one of their locations, but they do customize each location for the city that it's in. So this one's purple for a few different reasons, as well as...
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, a couple of them. And it's kind of the combination of math, science, and art all in one place. And so it's a great place to go for a field trip or to bring the kids on a weekend or whatever it may be and have a good time. Looks good on social media if you want to post about it, and you get to learn something at the same time.
Let's move down to my neighborhood. I talk about it a lot, the North Loop of Minneapolis. Three Jack. Talk to me about this.
Three Jack, I personally think it's one of the most slept on spots in Minnesota, and specifically in the North Loop. I know there's a lot of big names and restaurants there. I think they get pigeonholed into just being a golf simulator place, which they are that, but there's so much more.
Nate, you're right. I live there. I'm not joking. I was telling executive producer Jeff, I just think of them as a golf place.
They are so much more. Their food is incredible. Their nacho stack. Please go support their business, because I'm like, every time I go there, I'm like, people need to know about this. It's not just that. You can do that, but so much more.
Now let's move to Illinois. Hi, Chicagoland. Par King.
Par King. Yeah, a long time mini golf place. Has been around for over 50 years. Actually started as a driving range, and they said, well, we need something for the kids while the adults are hitting the golf balls. So they built a mini golf course, and it was so successful, they got rid of the driving range, and now that's been there for 50 years with their staple.
That is a putt-putt golf place?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, one more. Galloping Ghost Arcade, also in Illinois.
One of the coolest places I've ever been. The guy that put this together, they add a new arcade machine to his facility every single Monday for over 7 years. So it's over 800 or 900 at this point. And every time he runs out of space, because these things take up a decent amount of space,
they're huge.
He buys another building. So he owns like 3 or 4 blocks in a suburb of Chicago. So it's pretty crazy.
Oh, Brookfield.
Yeah, Brookfield.
Oh,
Illinois.
in Brookfield. I love that he just doesn't stop buying machines. He just buys another building.
Well, that's
what you
modern
do.
problems require modern solutions.
More great spots to visit with Nate with Fun Across America when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. I love it. I'm loving this. Welcome back. We're here with the host of Fun Across America, Nate Reinhardt. You're based here, aren't you, buddy? You're
Based here.
Based in Minnesota.
Yep.
Okay, let's get through some other places, and then Nate and I have a thing in common, a thing that we both love. But first, let's go to Florida.
Yep.
And this is Give the Kids the World. Tell the folks about this one.
So this place is pretty incredible. It's sad, but it's also just an amazing place. Kind of similar to Make-A-Wish. They have raised money over the course of, I don't remember how long they've been around, but to give kids the opportunity that are terminally ill to have them and their families come to kind of their own theme park of sorts, completely free of charge. And they've partnered with all of the theme parks in Orlando, Universal, Disney, and so on, to give them and their families free passes for everything. So it's to give them just a week of pure bliss.
Where they can just be a kid.
They can just be a kid and not worry about all that stuff.
And the parents too.
Parents too.
Don't worry about this. Don't worry about food. Don't worry about admission.
Yep.
That's fantastic. That's called Give the Kids the World.
Yep.
So let's stay in Florida though. Fun Spot in Orlando.
Fun Spot. So it's a family-owned and operated theme park in the heart of Orlando, which is pretty incredible because they're kind of in this sea of giants.
Yeah.
A lot of it's the travel and tourism capital of the world, and so the fact that they've been able to operate in a place that's as busy as that is pretty incredible.
Yeah, they're in the middle, right there. SeaWorld, Universal, Disney.
Yep.
I mean, all the Disney parks,
Yep.
which we'll get to in a minute. Now let's move to the East Coast, New Jersey. The world's largest go-kart track?
World's largest go-kart track. Our most recent episode, supercharged, 80,000 square feet, multi-level indoor go-kart track. They're electric carts because it's indoors and the gas fumes would probably be a problem. But they go fast, it's a blast. And again, one of those places that you go for the go-karts, but their food is up there with, going to a North Loop type of place.
Which for a lot of these, and no slam on the theme parks aren't known for their cuisine. So when you find one that is,
yes.
it's like finding a unicorn.
That is very true. A lot of pizza, a lot of burgers, but then you find some of these places that have, the scratch kitchen, and they at that place they had a tempura cheesecake. It was incredible. I said on the show I want it for my birthday. I'm going to fly it in for my birthday next year.
Just to fly it in.
Yeah.
Nate's going to fly the cake.
Yeah.
I said a little bit ago, Nate and I have something in common. You all know I love Disney. Disney World is like a second home. Nate does too. You were an intern where?
I was not the intern,
Oh.
but my wife, who I did not know at the time, was. And that's how I met her, because my high school friend also had an internship, and they met on a Facebook group, Roommate Finder. I went down to go get a free vacation, and I came back with what would then be the love of my life.
Really? Is it true? Did you get engaged at Disney?
We did. So we did long distance for 2 years because she was still in school, and then she was from South Florida. On the drive up to move her to Minnesota because she got into the U of M veterinary program. She was working as a vet intern at Animal Kingdom, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
But she got accepted, so we were moving her up to Minnesota to close the gap of long distance, and then on one of our stops, we stopped at Disney and I proposed.
Well, okay, I want one more little detail, though. What park did you propose?
Magic Kingdom.
Of course.
So, I
Did you do it in front of the castle?
I did, which part of it was because it's cool, but it was also my way of finessing engagement photos without paying for them because they had the Disney photographers, and so we got in line for it. They were taking our photo, and then I popped the question. So,
were you nervous?
I wasn't until the hour before, and I had the ring in my pocket, and we were watching the fireworks, and she was, she's right in front of me.
You did it at night?
Yeah, so I'm worried that she's gonna notice it, and then the photographers usually come out right after the fireworks, and then they weren't. They were a little delayed, and so at that point, I'm like, what's my backup plan? I didn't really think this far, so it would have been fine either way, but it ended up working out. Yeah.
Oh, was she surprised?
She thought it was gonna happen later that year, but did not think it was gonna happen then.
Smooth move, my friend. That's good.
Yeah.
Give it up for Nate, everybody. Fun Across America. To check all the great spots, search for Fun Across America on YouTube. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All you have to do is search for Fun Across America. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Give it up for Nate, everybody. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. After